Hello from the Bougher Custom Guitars and Amplifier Shop, and happy Monday evening, 8 o'clock. And I'm semi-pajamaed here, just casual t-shirts and things going on. I had some stuff here I got to working on. My schedule is still a little screwy. I'm trying to juggle a bunch of stuff going on at the same time, and it's a little tricky, so sorry about the weird days and dates and times on the videos. But anyway, here I am with something very neat on the bench. I get a lot of really interesting things from time to time that are historical and things like that, and I like that kind of stuff. It's something that I specialize in. I'm very well versed with vintage guitars, and also very well versed with vintage amplifiers and vacuum tube type amplifiers, the older ones, the old vintage pre-circuit board type amps. But anyways, those are my specialty. And what I've got on the bench today, I just got done researching the serial number, is an ES225T Gibson hollow body from 1957. And it's extremely clean for 1957. It's very, very clean. The gentleman that brought it to me inherited it from his, I want to say grandfather, I think it was. But it has been sitting in the closet for quite a bit of time, and the electronics are just dirty and nasty. They're all original, and it's probably, what I'm going to show you is probably the first time this thing has been taken apart in this way since it was built in 1957. So I need to replace a couple of wires, and I need to replace the input jack on the back of the guitar, because you plug it in, it crackles and pops and does all kinds of things. But it has a single P90 soap bar type pickup. That's the original pickup. The volume and tone knob are the originals, and I think I can clean those up and retain them, and retain most of the original wiring. But anyway, that's where we're at, and I wanted to show you guys because it's so cool. And I'm gonna flip the phone around and give you a little talk on this. But it's a trick to these hollow body guitars, because there's really not any access to the electronics. So if you've ever tried to stick your hand through a Christmas paper wrapping tube and tie your shoes on the other end of it, that's basically what you're trying to pull off here. So it's a very, very tricky, very, very tricky little operation. But I'm going to show you how I do this, and you'll if you're like me, you might find it interesting. But let me get this flipped around here and I'll show you. Okay, so here it is with everything removed. That is a 1957 Gibson hollow body. This would have been more accurate, well, not exactly. It would have been more accurate for Marty McFly, I was going to say, but still it's from 57. And he was in 55, and 55 this guitar didn't have this piece here. A little bit different. But anyway, there it is. And here's all the guts from it. There's the original 1957 soap bar pickup, and the original wiring, the original, these are CTS, Chicago Telephone System, who made these components. And the original cap, non-polarized cap on there. And it looks like a modern resistor, but it is actually a non-polarized cap. And that's for the tone. And then here's the issue right here. As you can see, it's nasty. That jack has had it. It's got gunk in there, shorting it out, and it is not cutting it. So I'm all right. So as I was saying, that's how the equipment is installed. It's in the inside of the guitar in that manner, like that, and it goes to this little hole right there from the inside. That's where all that gunk is. So once I get this thing repaired, get everything back together, this whole apparatus gets fished through that hole and back that way, with no other access into the guitar. You have to fish it through here and end up over that way. So I have some sort of wire tools that I've invented over the years to do that sort of thing. That you come from the other way, fish it in, and pull it back through. And it's a little painstaking. It's a little tricky. but it gets the job done. So anyways, that's what I got to do. Probably tomorrow evening I will finish cleaning all this stuff up and repair that, replace that rather, that jack. I've got a Switchcraft with, that's a Switchcraft part, and that's what Gibson used original. I have the original type of part, and I will replace that, and then I will reinstall all this back into the guitar tomorrow, and most likely be pretty much done with it by that time. And there's one other little tricky little sucker that goes right there. You can see that little wire. If I get my handy dandy little flashy light, wherever that went, I don't know where that went, but anyway, I don't know where my flashlight went. There it is. I'm losing my mind over here in the shop, folks, and putting stuff down. But you see that little wire right there in the light? That is the ground wire that goes way back inside there and hooks to that fun little thing through a hole in the guitar, and it is attached underneath that. That's where the bridge goes. And it's attached underneath here through a little hole in there, so you can't pull it out. And that's the tricky part, is I have to attach that ground wire right there through that hole with big fingers and a very small spot to do it. So that'll be an interesting little trick. But I should have this thing all back together tomorrow, and do the 1957 Gibson ES225 all back together, playing nice, everything be fancy. And to be somewhat period correct, I will play it through that little Fender Princeton, and we'll have some fun with it. All right, so that's the lowdown on the Gibson. I'm going to put this stuff over here where it's safe, and I'll finish that thing up tomorrow, give you the rest of the scoop on it, and just wanted to tell you, it's a little off. I'm on a Monday instead of a Sunday. We were doing the live recording thing yesterday, so my days got all goofy and my schedule got all goofy because I've been up since 3:45 this morning. So anyways, happy Monday evening from the Bougher Guitar Shop, and I will talk to you guys later in the week, maybe tomorrow, maybe later on in the week when I get this thing done, and we'll give a little demo of that. And everybody take it easy. Have a good, safe week. See you soon.